Hi, this is Chandra, and today I'm going to show you how I edit thumbnails for YouTube using Canva. I know there's a lot of videos out there on how to use Canva, and there's a whole lot of options in it, but I realized as I was going through making thumbnails that I have a pretty good process. I've learned a few things along the way, and I'm going to share my screen and show you how I make thumbnails for our channel using Canva. Here you can see I've got Canva open and I'm logged into my account. I am paying for this now, but I don't think there's really anything that you need to pay for this. I think using the free version is just fine. But basically, they've got templates in here for anything. You can plan your designs. You can put logos. You can have people share. There's all kinds of features of this, but we're talking a small channel. This is just for me. I'm going to click all your designs. And I started making an image one time, and then I just ended up copying and pasting and making that image more times, right? All my thumbnails kind of look the same. You know, I'm either on the left or I'm on the right. There's either 3 boxes of words or 4 boxes of words, something like that. So I found that rather than reinventing the wheel every time, I could just use this button right here, which is the duplicate page. So once I made one, I just go and find one that's kind of like the next one I want to make, and I hit duplicate page. And I'm either on the right or I'm on the left, and I have a few boxes. I try to keep the theme of mine looking similar. So it's pretty simple. So I'm just going to show you how I'm going to make these thumbnails. Let me see which one I'm on. I have kind of pre-done all my footage and my pictures here already. So I'm on this Talking Products photo album. And I have my files arranged. Each project matches. So I know that I will find the pictures for this video in graphics. Okay, so if you watched my other video on removing the background, I took a picture of myself on my phone, I edited on my phone, make sure that I look nice, I save it to a cloud so that I can pull it up on my computer and put it in the folder, and then I go to this free Remove BG website where I can take out the background. So it looks like I'm probably going to want to have my head on the right. And I couldn't get the whole photo album in the picture, but that's okay because I have words that are going to cut it off anyways. So I'm going to come over here. This one is fine. I also have started naming these what the actual video is called because I found that I wanted to search for them and it can't read, you know, these images of your words, but it can search by its title. So I'm going to take this one where I'm on the right and I'm going to hit duplicate page. And now I have 2 of them that are exactly the same. And I'm going to change the title of this one. And this is going to be the Talking Products Talking Photo Album. That way this thumbnail image will match the title of my video. You can see that these things are in layers, and I'll show you how to build one at the end, but once you've gotten one done, it's super simple. So I'm just going to click the picture of me and delete. This is going to also be a review video, but I don't need that to be that long. I probably did it for a different video. I'm going to grab this picture of me and I'm going to drop it over it. I generally move it in the upper corner and then drag it down. Thumbnails are really little, so I try to make us as large as possible. And this one's going to work out because where this is cut off, I'm going to try to get these words lined up. And if you have your screen size a little smaller, you'll be able to see position at the top. But basically, you can move each element forward or backwards. And so typically the picture of us is in the back and then things go over top. So first I need to change the words to the title of this thumbnail. So I'm going to call this a talking. I don't know that, I guess I could get photo and album. I could also put talking album review, but I'll put talking photo album. You can change the size of all of your words, or you can just grab the corners and drag them bigger. You can make them more left or more right. Pretty much you just grab these elements around until you get them how you want, which is great. So you can see I want the word talking as big as possible in this one because it's pretty cool to have a talking album, right? My picture of me keeps getting in the way, so I'm going to move that to the back so it's behind everything. And I'm going to start with this word talking because I want that as big as I can get it. So without, still having a background, that's probably about as big as I can get it. Now I'm going to move it backwards so that I can get that block that I put behind it. And I put these blocks behind it for contrast. I try to think of people with visual impairments, so I put that block behind it. And now I'm going to move the block backwards so the words will be on top again. Okay, I like that fine. This one, photo, I'm going to try to line it up where my photo cut off anyways. And then make this as big as I can as well. So I got a little more room here, a little more real estate on this one's. Remember, I'm taking an existing thumbnail that I made for another video and I'm just tweaking it to match what I want here. So I think that's probably about as good as I'm going to get the word, big as I'm going to get the word photo. So I'm going to move it backwards, position, backwards. Now I can make this a little bit bigger to match it. Now let me move that backwards and see what that looks like. Sometimes you can grab them both and make it work. All right, and now I want a little space between albums, so I'm going to move that one down. And again, I'm trying to line it up with the edge of my photo there. And then I'm trying to make the words as big as possible so that it's readable in those little tiny thumbnails. I'm happy with that. If you want to fine-tune a picture, once you've selected it, you can use your arrow keys and move it around. So I just tried arrowing that a little bit to the left to make those lines nice and straight. And I'm pretty happy with that. So now I'm going to download this. I made everything so large so you could see it, and now I don't know where my menu is. Let me make this a little smaller. Oh, it's probably the arrow key, right? Yep, there we go. Download. Now, I have 18 of these thumbnails on this one page. So I don't need to download all 18. I just need to download the one that I want. And I can look at the title, but I also happen to know that it's page 2 because it said so right here. So page 2, Talking Products Photo Album, that's the only one I want to download. I'm going to hit done, download. It's preparing it. Downloaded it, and now I'm going to drop it over there into my folder for my graphics footage for my YouTube video. And there we go. Now you can see I have the thumbnail ready. I have the thumbnail, I have the one with the removed background, I have the original picture, I have some pictures where you can find that products, the instruction, things that I might need when I'm editing the video later. And that's all there is to it. I used to go through the trouble of renaming everything so it all matched the title of the video, but I'm pretty good at sorting my files, so I don't think that's a problem. So now I'm going to hit continue editing. So now I'm going to go do another one. So I need to go back to my footage folders. and I'm on what LiveScribe paper should I buy. Go to my graphics, and I've already got my picture and remove the background. So this is where titling these seem to help, because there is a search field. Again, I've made everything so small so that I could show you it big. I hate videos where you can't find anything. So I'm just going to have to go to the home and look for a search. I'm going to hit search Canva. I know I have a lot of thumbnails with the word LiveScribe in it. And I'm going to search my designs. And everywhere where I have one that I wrote the word LiveScribe, it's there. Now remember, I have multiple thumbnails in each of these files, so it says there's one on this one. So I'm going to make a copy of that one. Get that out of the way. There's another LiveScribe ink fail, LiveScribe Symphony. Okay, so let me duplicate this one. Now I have two of them. I'm gonna name this one. Okay. And this happened to be a good one because the picture is on the left, so I'm going to delete my old picture and I'm going to pull in my new picture. And I'm going to move it over in the corner to start with and then make it big. And I'd kind of like to get where my picture cut off to go right into the words, so that's pretty good. Can probably cut off a little of my hair. There we go. So I still got the word LiveScribe. Now need to change this title. Doesn't have to quite be as big as it was before. And I definitely want to have this review go up, or a different word there. Okay, that looks good. And I found it doesn't really matter if these things trail off the edges. It still lets you adjust them, this is a really easy program to use, you guys. Alright, let's call this explained. See if I get enough words in there for that. It's a little big. Let me make it a little smaller. See how that looks. Almost. Maybe if I make the box... Well, I really want the box to line up with the edge of that photo, so... I'm gonna probably have to make this a little bit smaller. Alright, let's try 75. Okay. I can live with that. Let me move this a notch down and maybe a notch over. One more notch down. I know it's nitpicky, but I like those corners to move smoothly. Okay. I'm happy with this. I could make the word paper a little bigger, but let's go ahead and download it. So I'm going to hit the arrow again, download, and once again I don't want all 13 pages, I just want page 2. So I'm going to hit download. And drop that into my footage folder, so that when I go back to create my video, I already have the thumbnail and the art for this there. And there you go. You can see that Canva is simple to use. I'll show you starting from scratch with one. Again, I don't think you need to pay and have the paid version. I think the free version is just fine with this. Let's see. File, create new design. And then you get to say, what are you doing? An Instagram post, a logo. Maybe that's why I paid for it, so I could make a logo. Business cards, photo collage, all kinds of things. Anything you want to design on here for free, they got it. I'm probably looking for thumbnail or YouTube thumbnail. And I don't see it all of a sudden. Alright, I went to the home page because I'm going to start one from scratch. You can see here they have templates, and I'm going to go to their YouTube channel art. And you got all kinds of templates built in here that you can grab from. I'm going to hit Create Design. And here's all the listings right here, some of these things that you can make. Thanks. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I hope this helps.